G'day everyone, just a quick video of the new TC Boxes tray and canopy we've got on the 2024.5 next gen Wildtrak Ranger that you can see. We just had the canopy or tray and canopy put on this week. We are avid campers and tourers, so this is going to help us out. The main reason we got this is for our dog Luna, our puppy. She's got her own spot now in the car. I can throw her in if she's filthy, and it's not going to ruin the interior of the Wildtrak. So that's one of the main reasons why we went with a dog box. The tray itself is a 1750 tray with a 1650 canopy on top. It is color coded to the car, so we got it in the Arctic white. We've always been massive fans of white cars with the black trim. We've always had them, so obviously we went with another car of the same, and think it's come up pretty schmick, so really happy with it. The quality and the workmanship so far of TC Boxes, I mean, we've only had it for a few days, we are highly impressed with. There is one issue that we have come across that I'll touch on when I get around the other side, but so far we're so happy with it, and we can't wait to actually start using it. Another option we went for on this particular setup is the water tank. So it's got a 70 litre water tank, and on the driver's side where we are at the moment, you can see the filler, the tap, and just underneath there is the switch. Now when we picked it up from TC Boxes, all the electricals were done, so it was all wired up and ready to go. You just got to fill it and it's good to use. So that's good, and that just if you have a look under, well, I can't show you now, but when you have a look underneath, you can just see the water tank under there. It does mean though that you can't have a full length trundle drawer. So if a trundle drawer, a full length one especially, is something that you require for work or your camping needs or whatever, you may have to forfeit a water tank. But depending on how much water you want, you could probably use a couple of jerry cans sitting on the back too. So great thing is you can option them to how you want to use them and what suits you and your lifestyle and what you want to do. We option for the canvas to cover the air vents there on the dog box. This doesn't come with the canopy and the dog box when you get it. It is an option, so you will have to pay extra for this. But I thought it would come in real handy, especially if we're out the outback, it's dusty, or if it's absolutely pegging down with rain. You can just cover that up and just keep her a bit more comfortable inside there. Obviously when we're traveling otherwise, you can just roll it up, and plenty of ventilation for your pup. Whale tail locks. That's a look inside. Just put some nice soft flooring in there today, and I'll get some insulation a bit later on for her. It's not fitted out with a battery system just yet, that's next. But when that's done, we'll also put some lighting around the place too. 760 by 700, the internals of this dog box. And if you wanted to know all of the internal specs of these trays and canopies, go onto the TC Boxes website, because all the details are on there. Trundle drawer, I think this is an 800 trundle drawer. Sorry, not trundle drawer, under tray toolbox. So that's an 800. Obviously compressors, recovery gear, whatever you want in those. I'll probably end up putting a compressor in one, and not sure about the other one yet, but yeah, this one's come with the 800 under tray toolboxes. We also, on this particular canopy, we option for the central locking. So that is hooked up to your key fob. We just find it a bit safer, and just in case, we weren't going to get it, but just in case we're out somewhere and canopy was open and we forgot to lock it, someone can nick your stuff, obviously, right? So just as a bit of a backup, we got the central locking. So when the car locks, the canopy locks as well. Now, when the canopy locks, I say this main area of the canopy, the under tray toolboxes and your trundle don't lock. They're on keys. They don't work with the central locking, but the main part does. And like I said, inside it's not fitted out just yet, but there's heaps of room. 1650, there is a ton of room in here. And like I mentioned, all the details are on the TC Boxes website, especially your internal dimensions. If you wanted to get an idea on how you're going to kit it out before it's actually fitted to your ute. There's the central locking wiring just there, runs inside. The back we opted for 2 jerry cans and a spare wheel holder. Haven't put the wheel on yet, but will do. For those of you with the next gen Ranger as well, this is something I didn't really get to have a good look at when I was looking at purchasing one of these, but it's where all the sensors are. Couldn't quite figure it out by pictures and stuff, and they're all here. So your cross traffic parking sensors just there, and underneath is your bliss, your blind spot monitoring system as well. Now, like I said, we haven't had it a week yet, but running around, and this works just like it's come out of the factory brand new. So we've had no issues at all in regards to any of the electrics not working, touch wood, yet. But this is where they're mounted on the tray. Here is your rear view camera, or your parking camera. So when you whack it in reverse, that's the camera there you're going to be seeing out of. Now I can still see my tow hitch. The only difference being on the tub of the Wildtrak, the camera is quite high, sits quite high on the tub itself. So when you have that option to actually look down onto the tow ball, it's more or less giving you a view like that. But now that the camera's a little bit further down, it still works perfectly and it's still really clear, but I don't get that bird's eye view of the tow ball anymore, just because it's a bit lower. It still works, I can still navigate it quite well, but if you're expecting to have the same bird's eye view on your hitch, if you're in a Ranger, you're not going to get that, but it still works either way. 12 pin plug, that's my Anderson plug that I got put on for the camper trailer. The lights are really bright. I've noticed reversing at night time, it lights up behind you really well, so I'm pretty happy with that. Sorry, Luna's going to go off in a sec because there's a dog walking past. But this is the other side. All we're really going to do is we're going to have a secondary battery system, an inverter, some plugs in there, a stand-up fridge, and this side we're going to keep just for storage. I'll probably have our travel buddy oven up here, which we absolutely love when we're going away, stopping for lunch, and it's all nice and warm, ready to go. Now, I did mention before there was one thing that didn't work properly on here that we're a little bit concerned about. And when you think about it, it's quite a big issue. But I went into TC Boxes today and let them know, and they're onto it. So hopefully sometime this week we can get it fixed. But over on the passenger side is your fuel filler, just here. Now, we went to fill up with fuel yesterday, and I swear to God, it took about 20 minutes to put $7 worth of diesel into it. It just kept clicking. It's obviously on the wrong angle. more diesel on the ground than there was going into the tank. So that's a little bit concerning, obviously, because we can't fill the car up. And considering we've got a 140 litre ARB long range fuel tank, that's going to take a decade to fill if we run low on it in the middle of the outback. So TC Boxes were straight onto it, and we'll hear from them this week, and hopefully they can get it sorted out. The flares, I've got the Raptor wheels and tyres on the Wildtrak here, and the flares on the tray cover it easily. TC Boxes mud flaps there, laser cut, jerry cans. There's a lock on each side so you can padlock it. Spare wheel carrier. This is where you put your padlock, whatever you need to lock your wheel on. And then under here, like I mentioned before, again, the trundle drawer and the toolboxes do not work on the central locking. It's a separate key for these. Now, like I mentioned, we optioned the water tank, so we can't get a full length trundle drawer. We got the metre long trundle just here, which is ample enough to put, tools in, rattle gun. You can put recovery equipment in there, your tools to work on the car, whatever. I mean, you could even, put your work bits and pieces in there if you really wanted to. The beauty of these is that you can use them however you want. Anyway, guys, 1750 tray, so there's a bit of a lip there with the 1650 Canopy. Now, if I had it on the 1800 tray, I wouldn't have real good access to the hitch, right? If you get a 1650 Canopy, plenty of room, and even the 1750 tray, 1650 tray, plenty of room, 1750 tray, I can get to it quite easily. If you opt for the 1800, you might struggle if you're towing a camper or something like that, but that's something just to be aware of. So 1750 tray, still got pretty easy access to the tow hitch. Seriously stoked with how it turned out, how it looks. TC Boxes did a great job on the install. I dropped it off on a Tuesday. Come the next day, the Wednesday at lunchtime, I got a phone call saying it was ready to pick up. This is what greeted us. Can't wait to use it. Hope that helps you out in some way if you're looking to purchase your own tray and canopy setup. Anyway, guys, take care, look after yourselves, and hope to see you on the track soon.